Hi, hello again. I'm Thalsia Naidu, and in this video, we're going to discuss the QCTO qualifications and how they are different from the CETA type qualifications that we have been using for over 20 years. More importantly, why did they need to change from what we were using and comfortable with to this new types of qualifications? I would like to start with why did we change? And put simply, it's just about introducing efficient standards in the system to make the workplace learning more structured. So what did we mean by this? In the past, on the unit standard-based qualifications, we as training providers had our quality regimes to make sure that the standards are good and our assessments are in line with the assessment principles. But was that standard applicable across the industry? That was really difficult to measure. That meant then that we needed to introduce mechanisms where we could be sure that at the end point, at the exam level, the standards are equal. Hence, the new QCTO style type or qualifications, where at the end of the training, the learners will write an exit exam called the ISA, the Externally Integrated Summative Assessment. This marks a significant difference between the QCTO qualification and the unit standards qualification. In the unit standards-based qualifications, learners work through the program through modules which comprised a few unit standards clustered together, or they work through individual unit standards. At the end, they would submit a portfolio of activities, or they could also write a summative assessment or a little bit of both. In this way, they would proceed through each of the unit standards or modules to complete the qualification. In the QCTO qualification, the learners write an exit exam called the Externally Integrated Summative Assessment, which is commonly known as the ISA. This means an integration of all the components that the learner has studied through the year. Yes, a whole year's work of learning. This is a big leap from the process-driven modular type of assessment that we did in the unit standards. The fact that they're writing a complete exam at the end might prove a little challenging. But for more information about the ISA, the who, what, when questions about the ISA, watch that video that gives you more details. So we now know that the assessment methods between the two types of qualifications are different. Let us look now at the structure of these qualifications. Are there any structural differences between the unit standard-based qualifications and the QCTO qualifications? This slide shows the snippets of the two types of qualifications, the unit standard-based ones that's in the blue print and the QCTO qualifications in the purple print. The unit standards is made up of the fundamental, the core, and the elective components. The QCTO qualification is also structured in three parts, but it's the knowledge component, the practical component, and the workplace component. These three components are written into a qualifications document, which comprises the qualification itself, the assessment specifications, and the curriculum document. So essentially, you would find the qualification document on SAQA like you find all the other qualifications. The assessment and the curriculum documents are available on QCTO website, and you would download these to analyze. As a provider, we would use the curriculum document to design our learning content, as the assessment specification is used to design our assessments and prepare learners towards the ISA exam at the end of the year. The three components are assessed during the course of the training. The knowledge and the training is completed at the training provider and is assessed by the provider. The workplace is served at an accredited workplace, and the learner is required to complete a logbook or portfolio of activities. Once these are completed, the learner then registers at an assessment center to write his or her final external integrated summative assessment. The training provider, as in the case of IQ, will register the learners at an assessment center. In most of the qualifications, IQ is and is applied to be an assessment center to allow our learners to write their ISA exams. Well, there you have it. We have discussed the differences in the two types of qualifications. We looked at how their assessments are different. We also looked at the difference in the qualification structure. I hope you found these useful. Please could you subscribe to our channel if you'd like these types of videos so we could make more of them. Thank you.